And we are live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone out there, wherever you are, and good night, just to make Akin happy.
There are some people in the future, in the Oceania areas.
And he never wants to leave them out of this go live. So, good night to everyone out there. Thank you for joining us on another episode of the Boss Chronicles Success Stories. We have another amazing guest with us here today, and we'll get right to it. But before we do that, let us know where you're tuning in from. If you're watching us live, let us know. We'd love to have you join us live. If you're watching the replay, let us know as well by typing in replay and then letting us know where you're tuning in from. So, once again, this is Agape and Akin. We live in Airdrie, Alberta, and our guest actually is our neighbor. She also lives in Airdrie, Alberta. And we're so blessed and humbled to have Rhoda join us today. So we'll bring on Rhoda to come share a little bit of our journey with us. So, sis, come on here, share, introduce yourself to us rather, and share, your journey, why you started this online business. What was it that made you think that, you know what, I need to make a major change in my life at this moment? So, over to you.
Ooh, okay.
Wow, wow, wow.
Here we go. Wow, thank you so much, my beautiful coaches, Coach Agape and Coach Ake. You guys, okay, it's way more than business. Anyways, hi everyone. Thank you for tuning in today. My name is Rhoda Ndaguibe, and I'm coming to you live from Airdrie, Alberta.
Mhm,
Hmm. I'm a mom of three beautiful boys,
mhm,
ages 8, 6, and 9 months. So my hands are busy. And
mhm.
just in case you hear some wee on the call here today, just pardon me. It's part of those things.
Yes, yes.
Business as a mom. So but all
Mhm,
the same. Yeah. Mom of three boys, and I'm a nurse by profession. And yeah, I've been running my business about little over 3 years now, and it has been an amazing ride. I
mhm,
started this online venture sometime in 2019.
mhm.
When you come into a new space, you're trying to figure out, okay, what do I do with myself,
Yeah.
right? We recently migrated from the UK into Canada in 2018, and then I found this business in 2019, towards late 2019. And
Mm,
I was just that mom who wanted more out of life.
mm,
I'm one that would not want to sit and fold her arms. I
mm,
want to get something going so that, at the end of the month now, you have something to fall back on. And
mhm,
people who are looking up to you, you don't say, oh, I don't have. So I
mhm,
was quite on my toes. And coming into Canada in 2018, and I was asking myself, what will I do, just to start working towards the Canadian dreams, right?
mhm,
When you leave your home country, I left my home country many years back. So when you leave your home country and you're wanting to find better things for yourself,
mhm,
the normal thing, what is the status quo? They send us to school. They tell us go to school, get a good job, and life keeps rolling that way. And
yeah.
hey, that was the same thing I did to myself. I got
Mm,
into school, started doing nursing, and while I was at it, it was tough. I was working at the time as well and doing school and juggling between two boys, life, husband. It wasn't all that, but, you tell yourself, at least I'm better than what I used to be, right?
mm,
And we're a work in progress. And while I was doing school that year, I stumbled into this business online. I was just surfing through my phone one night and I saw a lady, beautiful lady, God bless her, you know, and she was talking about an online business. She's an immigrant, an insurance lady, how they migrated from Cameroon. And I'm like, what is she talking about?
mm,
What got me listening to that lady was when she said the business she was doing online gave
mm,
her flexibility to be with her kids,
mm,
made her pay half of her mortgage. I'm like, really?
mhm,
What business is this that can do such? And for the curious me, I like to just get going. I didn't need any consultation. You
Mm.
know, some of us are like, oh, I don't know if this is real. I need to speak to my husband, you know.
Mm.
And me, I'm like, before they will say the reverse, let me go and see.
Quickly jumping.
Jump over the fence.
So I got on and I'm like, okay. I saw a huge community. I'm like, wow, this is mind blowing. What's going on here? You know, so for me, the Nigerianness in me said to me, why don't you look for your brothers and sisters? If
Mm.
they're here, then this is somewhat legit, right?
Mm.
And then I started surfing. I saw a few of us. I started chatting, and long and short of it, I started my business.
Wow.
And I would tell you that it wasn't something planned.
Mm.
When I saw this venture, I said to myself, this is what I'm looking for.
Mm.
I had a call with one of the amazing coaches in the community, and they spoke to me and told me what I stand to benefit from having to do this because their lives had transformed. You know,
Mm.
and they were moms like me. And I
Mm.
said, okay, Rhoda, the earlier you started, the better for you. Or don't better come and start at night. You know, starting at night is like when you start at 50, 55, and
Mm. Mm.
not to say if you're starting at that time, there's anything wrong with it. There's
Mm.
this proverb in my language that says, any day you wake up is your morning, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So for me, I just said, this is it. This is what I'm looking for, that flexibility. And let me see how this business can, you know, prove me wrong
Mm.
and cut down on the jobs, you
Mm.
know, reduce the stress and
Mm.
get going into abundance, right?
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, that is amazing. I
Yeah.
like that keyword
Mm.
abundance.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, we
yeah.
had the saying going around in our community saying that when we were all still working,
Mm.
we shrink our dreams to the size of our wages and
Paycheck. Yeah.
salaries, and then many of the dreams just pass away.
Mm.
Mhm.
But when you have the flexibility and the alternative to choose and
Mm.
options to do whatever you want to do, that dream becomes a
A
reality.
reality. Yeah.
And so here we are now. You know, you started a few years ago. What has been your success journey like? What have you achieved that is so awesome? Tell everyone.
Okay, I can go bonkers talking about my success in this business
Go for
because
it.
this business has done so much for me. First of all, it's put me on the map. I
Ooh.
don't,
Mm.
yes, it's put me on the map and it's connected me with amazing people that in my wildest dream I would never have met them.
Mm.
Like beautiful Coach and Agape and Aki, not in this wildest dream would I have ever met. Yes. Not in my wildest dream would I have met them if not for the business, right? And other people across the globe. Now I'm sitting in Canada and I have business partners in Australia. I have business partners in Europe across the oceans. And I'm
Mm.
like, wow, what automation can do is just simply mind blowing. Now,
Yes.
when I started this business, you know, everybody's going to ask you, so what's the success story? For
Mm.
me, it caught me out on my job,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
I then stopped working because the business started giving me an extra 1,500, 2,000, four
Mm.
thousand, and it grew 10. And I'm like, are you
Mm-hmm.
guys kidding me? Why don't I carry that same energy and
Yeah.
put into this business rather
Mm-hmm.
than going to stand for 8 hours? Nurses, you know how we do it now, from shift to overtime, you
Mm.
know. Then there's a way you will so work overtime. They'll tell you you cannot work overtime because they will not pay you. Go home, right? So the business cut all those hours from me. And then I came home. I could work from the comfort of my home
Yeah.
and I got money. And I'm like, okay, this is amazing. Then I started saving some of those funds and I'm putting stuff together. And I can tell you guys that in 2 years after relocating to Canada, we were able to buy a brand new home.
Woo-hoo!
It was huge. It was really huge because I have friends who have moved abroad for the longest, and they're still moving from, one job across the other job, trying to make ends meet and stuff like
mm,
that.
mm,
And then here is me coming into Canada, and in 24 months,
mm,
erecting a building that is called my own. And
mm.
I was like, this is huge. This
Yeah.
is huge. Me and my husband were like, this business makes sense. This
Mm,
is something that we've been praying for. His own dream is he wants his wife to, have a business that she's doing, and so that she can pay attention to the home front. That's
mm,
our own goal as a family.
mm,
While he's also doing his own venture and stuff like that. And then when this came through, I said, okay, we've gotten a house. How do you keep the house running and stuff
mm,
like that? Right? We're gonna furnish the house. This
mm.
is the first time I can say that we're able to furnish our home cash down,
Woohoo!
to finance anything. We I bought all those things from the funds that this business gave us,
Wow.
and it has just been one story to the other of God's amazing goodness, and things like that. And I'm like, I'm in the right space. I'm in the
Yes.
right space. Guys, I'm like, this dream come true,
Yeah.
right? Having to do a lot in a short amount of time is
Mm.
breakthrough.
Yes,
Amen,
amazing.
somebody.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And, I really love the fact that this business is changing the lives of so many people, people who take the chance. Because, just like you mentioned in the beginning, right? Like some people see an opportunity, and the first thing is negativity that comes to their mind, like, oh, I'm about to be burned again, or oh, I'm about to do this. And, we were saying that we've tried businesses for 15 years, on and off, like not even on and off, like consistently. When I mean on and off is that a lot of them failed before this one,
Right.
But the reason we kept going is because we knew from a young age that the 9 to 5 cannot give you the life that will create wealth for you. The 9 to 5 will always cap your earnings, will always cap your income, right? So it is only something that you maybe like the cap is limitless, or there's no cap rather. That
Right.
is what we had been looking for. So yes, you'll be burned along the way, no problem. We've seen people who did businesses from when they were 25 to when they were 50, and it was at 50, boom, they found the right business and got them to the next 2 decades, right? Someone who we both know, right? So
Mhm.
you know and so for us, we kept on charging forward. We kept on looking. And every time we saw an opportunity, we were not looking at the negative side. All we would see is, okay, what are the things we need to look out for to ensure that this is the right thing to do? Right. And so we look into it, we do our due diligence, we do our research, and then we try it. It's not enough to just be skeptical. It's not enough to just say to yourself, these people have come again. It
Yeah.
is to do yourself the favor to look into that opportunity and then be able to say, I've looked at it, I've done my due diligence, this is not for me.
Mhm.
Rather than from the moment you see it, you don't take any action, you don't look into it, you don't do your research, and then you just assume that it is a scam, or it is, they are just out to get you, or these people they must have paid them. So like we've heard all sorts, and you know that, right? But there are people out there who truly, truly, it is just, they just need a little push. It's
Right.
not that they are afraid, or it's not that this and that, but they just need a little push. So we want you to encourage people out there who are looking to change their lives, but they just are a little afraid to take that bold step. So what would you say to people like that who just need a little push? How would you encourage them to go for it?
So, hey guys, change is really hard.
Mm,
You will decide for yourself what you want to see change,
mm,
right? I tell people, if you've not figured it out yet, ask questions.
mm,
There's this thing we say in our pidgin language, make you follow who no road. You get why?
mhm, mhm.
Because they've been there, done that,
Yeah.
right? If you meet somebody who has spent 35 years in service,
Mm,
worked all his life, and towards retirement, you're seeing that there's really nothing they're giving the person as a take home, you
mm,
know, Somebody may say, "Oh, what of their pension? Oh, what of RRSP? Oh, what of all of those things?" That's not even enough, because you should be living in abundance after having worked all these years. But
Yeah.
can I tell you, because in my profession, we see people spend a part of their lives, doing profession, doing career, and at the end of the day, they fall into sicknesses that the money that this whatever would have built over time is not enough to even cure it. So now you say to yourself, why can't you set your priorities right? Even while I'm doing this, why don't I have something on the side?
Mm-hmm.
Now, nobody is saying that dream career that you want to do that you should leave it, but you want to be smart about it. You want to be smart about your next 10 years, your next 15 years. What am I going to get out of this? Am I just going to finish and I'm going to be getting maybe $2,000 or $5,000 or whatever at the end of the month, where you're not even in good health to enjoy it, right? Now you want to spend time, mapping out that strategy, which is what we're putting out to you here and saying to you, be smart. Government is smart. They've said, go and work, pay your tax, do this, do that. They're smart. You're
Mm-hmm.
going every day and you're putting money in the government's bank,
Mm-hmm.
right? Which you don't know. Now we're saying to you, come and do something that has your name on it, that you
Mm-hmm.
can leave as a legacy for your kids, right? Because even the Bible says a wise man leaves an inheritance for his children's children.
Yes.
You don't want to come and leave bills. You don't want to
Mm-hmm.
come and leave a lot of debt for them, right? Why don't you? What's wrong with, telling your child, oh, take this $2 million and keep it for you in some trust? What's wrong?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with it, right? And now I say to myself, if I didn't get that,
Mm.
I should be able to set a right precedent to do that for my own kids.
Yes.
Now I'm working every day, investing that time to get this done. And that's why we're out here encouraging you and telling you that you can do it. You
Yes.
can do it. You decide for yourself that I'm tired of the status quo. I don't have solutions to my problems, but there is someone, there is a community that can help you, that can guide you. We already have the blueprint.
Yes.
So do not reinvent the wheel. Just follow who know road.
Yes. So
Exactly.
what a sentence to end it with.
And as we are speaking, and truly, you have said the truth, and it is for every one of us to take charge. And there's this saying also in our community: in the next 20 years, the only people that will remember your late nights, overtime, long hours, are
Mm-hmm.
loved ones, your family, and your
True.
friends.
True.
But at the end of the day, for everyone that is looking up to the pension, yes, it is good, but would that pension be enough for you? Or can you pass on the pension to the next generation?
Nope.
We will
No.
leave you with that. See you tomorrow.
Yeah. Thank you all for joining us once again.
Yeah, thank you for
We
having
really
me.
appreciate you guys. We hope that you find value in the things that we share. And,
Mhm.
reach out to any one of us that you see on your screen. Our websites are there, our names are there. Let us answer your questions and help you get started in any way that we can. So we'll see you again tomorrow for our last episode. We're so excited. And we thank you all for joining us. And we'll see you next time.